hard not to offend my audience in that way. In the same way that, sure, when I'm saying I'm doing shows, I'm like, fuck the audience. I'm not. I write the whole show so that show
backstage to get us okay.
But
that's exactly what that is.
Like, it's always right before the show. You're
Patrick doesn't jump.
No, it's like literally.
No, but it's also to be like, this is what's going on. It's going to be okay. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if they like it or don't like it. The idea is you need to be able to feel good about yourself in that scenario. But the other thing is that I know that what I've put out on stage is palatable, is funny. I've watched it. I've laughed.
We rehearsed it.
Like,
we all read through it.
We all know this is funny. There's 10
of
of us in the room. If somebody was like, guys, this is horribly offensive, they represent the swath of people who are going to witness this. They understand. In the same way that we were talking earlier, that it was like, we decided not to do any political stuff for a little while because it's too hot button right now. Like, we did some and we were making fun of the fact that we were doing it, and then it just didn't hit. And it was like, all right, guys, well, listen, I think the world's a little too hot about it right now. We need to wait until it calms the fuck down,
and they also can't
then we can do that.
All these people that are in there literally can't escape political humor for the most part, you know? Like, it'd be nice if they could just walk into this building and we could just be absurd.
But because of that, when I put myself on Facebook, I just try to present myself in a way that seems palatable to everyone that I'm aware of. Though that being said, I have friends, like you said, people in my family that believe different things than I do. People even in this community that I talk to every day who believe things that I think are different or I disagree with. But like you, I like to see the whole swath of what people really say and think, because I really think it's important to know what the breadth of people are thinking. So that I can put stuff out there and deal with it in a larger sense. So
I can't stay human. If you mask yourself, I compare it to when I had my I was bringing back to my kids with my daughter. There was a while where I thought she had like a learning disability or a speech impediment. Since now, she's 8, we know she doesn't. She's top of her class, does great. But for the longest, especially before I had my son, I would shield her from everybody that wasn't her family because I didn't want them going, well, why doesn't she or why doesn't she? Then I was like, she ain't different. She's normal.
Yeah, you want to hit somebody just for asking a question.
Right. We'd go to playgrounds, and if I went to a playground and I saw kids there, we would go somewhere else. Or we were at a playground and kids started showing up, I'd pick up our stuff and we'd go. And that was the way I did it. And then I realized, and I think people probably told me that ahead of time, my sister and all that would probably tell me because my sister would watch my kids before she passed. And I remember she said, hey, if you keep shielding her from everything, how is she going to learn how to interact with kids? And I was like, well, I'll be damned. You know, and it was like, that was that one little thing that, bing, like, whoa, you're trying to shield her, but you potentially are doing her a
You're not actually socially normalizing her at the same time.
You're not. And you're developing. You're stunning her development.
Went to a Chuck E. Cheese, just threw it in the door.
She'll never get chicken pox. So
right.
You gotta get him right there.
Get him now.
Get him chicken pox.
Get that chicken
Come on, do
honey,
that.
I need you to work on your social issues and your immune system right now.
You know what?
If you could get your immunoresponse under control.
Make a friend and almost die.
issues.
High five.
Right. Wait, break. 2, 3. Break.
Make a friend and almost
You
die.
have no idea how much harder it's going to be later if you don't get chicken pox. Like, go in there,
Trust
get
me.
sick.
Trust me. You want to be ahead of the curve on this one, honey.
Go in there, find the sickest person, kiss them on the mouth.
Kiss
them square on the mouth. It's the best icebreaker. They're going to
just go up and tongue lick their face.
I love that concept of just jumping into the stuff because fear stops so many people from doing things, and that's why I love about performing though is I felt like, and I told people, and it was weird. I'm gonna get weird for y'all. I developed a almost death wish doing stand-up comedy because it was like probably the scariest thing I'd ever done. It was stuff that I was like, I don't want people looking at me and judging me off my appearance. I look weird or blah blah yada yada, and I would avoid that. I don't want people hearing what I think and then judging me off of that because they might think I'm dumb or yada yada blah blah blah. I don't want people hearing me press hot button issues and putting them out there in front of people
right before you make that decision.
And I was like, what the hell am I doing? And then once I did it, I embraced it and I said, okay, I don't want people knowing about my background. And I started telling shit about that. And I was like, dude, what do you have to be scared of anymore? And after that, I remember I did a bull run. I went to Dallas and did a bull run. I shit you not. We got in the car and we made like I think half the week we were doing comedy. Sounds like what it sounds like.
A literal bull run.
That happened.
I didn't know they did that in the U.S. I didn't know that was.
And bulls chased you.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I just want to be sure.
And horses. Oh, hold on. And horses as well.
Yeah.
I saw more people get trampled by horses than by bulls that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, wait.
Horses.
Were some horses there spectators and then got startled?
It's basically a quadrupedal run. If there are giraffes available,
they just throw all four-legged animals.
Whatever you got. Whatever you got.
That literally was about how bad it was.
Gotta be larger than a goat, but not as large as an elephant.
Right.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Why can't there be goats though? Because I'd be like, oh yeah, and draw the goats
are just
are
just ornery. They're gonna
goats
are
just
really
much worse.
I love the idea that this wasn't improv.
I don't think y'all understand about the way goats work. Goats can mess you up equally as much as everything else. Especially if you fall down. Do you know what the foot of a goat can do to you?
It will jack you up.
Yes, sir.
That'll cut you hard.
My only question. That's fine.
There's a flashback.
I need to outweigh the animal if it's on four legs. That's my only thing. Like
you would think that was the case.
It's interesting.
I grew up terrified of chickens.
It's interesting. I lived in Maine for 5 years, and Amy can attest to this. There's a place called York Beach.
Okay.
Oh.
And they've got a zoo at York Beach, and it's literally one of the saddest Dumbo zoos that you'll ever be to in your life.
Fight goats.
Literally, like you go up and it's like, here's the bobcat, and it's in an enclosure approximately the width of this table. It's like 8 feet tall, like in a tree with like a bowl of food, and it's like, oh, this poor thing, like this is horrifying. But inside of this zoo is literally an enclosure, probably about 5 times the size of this studio. Mm-hmm. That's an enclosure of deer. And you can go up and you can pay money for feed and like feed the deer over the fence. Or no. You can take your children inside the enclosure.
Grown-up deer?
Not baby deer.
No.
I hate that.
Yeah. No. I was like, what the have you people never seen when animals attack?
Thank you.
Like all they gotta do is not like the way you smell, and you're gonna have like 50 deer trampling people. Like this is gonna be
Xanax in it.
This is gonna be like some kind of horrible once again, I want to open an emergency room right next to it,
exactly,
and just print my own money.
Have kid-sized tables and adult-sized tables.
That's right.
They're both getting
because you're both foolish.
Yeah.
The fire station is right next to the animal kingdom. They know what they're doing.
If I was ever like severely emasculated, I'd be like, let me in that deer tank. Because I think a deer
tank.
The deer tank. Because
the tank.
Goat. I know that I have more anger in me than a goat has will to live.
Evil image in my head of this like pool full of deer.
I have like this Bowie knife. I just stick it in my teeth.
Like people have been trying to ride them, and they're
biting each other and the other. Like it's like
I'm just like, all right.
I didn't know deers had canines. This one does.
Just antlers.
Yeah.
Just Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer playing like over and over.
Yeah,
like
but the nose is red for the way wrong reason.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is like, I want you to find all the deer that didn't get to play in the reindeer games. I want you to find the deer. Like there's the group of deer here. I want you to find the loner, weird combine deer that are all hanging out.
He does the deer
like angry, fucked up deer over here.
He's got the flock of seagulls.
The Hunger Games was actually the reindeer games that nobody would let them play.
I want the deer that are listening to like My Chemical Romance and like sharpening their horns.
People ever heard
eyeballs and shit.
Closing the damn reindeer door.
That's Panic at the Disco, and
I got some.
My correction is worthless.
I don't even care.
The reason I even said that,
I don't even care.
It does not fucking matter. I saw both of them at the same Warped Tour.
Thank you. They were probably on the same tour at some point.
I was just about to say they were both at Warped Tour, and that's what, like, my correction is for
that deer doesn't give a shit.
It's just for
that deer goes in his damn room, closes his door and says, "Leave me alone, Santa. I'm going to do it when I'm ready. I'm going to move out of here when I turn 17. I'm going to have my own sleigh.
You know what?
And we're going to have a dispensary next to it.
I'm going to be able to see it Christmas, and I'm still going to ruin it." That's right. I'm gonna crash the whole thing. That's right. I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna fall.
I'm gonna eat Brussels sprouts all day.
I'm gonna slam into a Jewish kid's house.
You know I'm not thinking of us. You know I'm not coming back until Hanukkah's over with.
Yeah. I'm gonna go help somebody deliver shit for 8 days straight.
I'm serious this year. I'm going to
Boxing Day.
I don't know how the presents are supposed to arrive on Hanukkah.
I'm giving all the Christmas. Bringing all the presents on Boxing Day.
I'm bringing all the tangerines. Yeah, I'm bringing all the tangerines, Galen.
Oh my God, I started to joke about that with my kids. I never did it. That we were gonna bring them up thinking that Christmas was like on like
one day after.
Whenever income tax came out, we said we said even screw like
it floats.
Yes.
It's like a crap game.
Yes.
It floats throughout the year.
Just do it when all the Christmas gifts are on sale. Screw that. We're gonna go past that. We're gonna go to income tax.
That's a little bit better than like putting it on them. It's like I don't know. It happens like when all A's happen. I don't know.
When all A's happen.
I don't know. It happens.
Christmas happens when kids do well in school. That's
I got a purple and all A's.
That was like getting stuff from my grandmother. I loved my mama to death. You always got quality. But the problem was you didn't always get hip because her shopping was done by July.
I'm telling you.
Ooh, yeah.
My mom
So by the time like Christmas toys would come about, like no dice, Christmas is shop for, man.
I got some
like I've had Christmas done since before your birthday. You're lucky you got.
I had a homegirl that used to do that, man. She'd have her Christmas. If her Christmas wasn't done by Halloween, dude, it was close.
She had issues.
Yeah, she was like, no, we're almost done. We don't do that in my household. And I was like, oh my gosh, so those kids are missing everything.
You're missing the whole curve.
The albums.
You're missing the whole launch.
The good albums will come out like Christmas.
Yeah,
they come out. They come out the week. They come out.
Nope.
No, they come out the weekend after Thanksgiving.
You want Halloween? You want my? Was it? That's what I call Music Volume 14.
They come out the weekend after Thanksgiving, so they aren't overshadowed by football.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. These kids will miss that.
Yeah.
That's like one of those things where like my mom, I remember like my mom kept up to date, but also she didn't have an eye for quality. I remember she got me some knockoff shell tops back in like early 2000s when shell tops came back
stripes?
up. 2.
Oh damn!
I had 2
instead of 3. I was like,
everybody else had 3 stripes, and I had 2 stripes. And
keep moving real fast.
I love my mom.
Good job.
And I just wore them.
Good.
And I changed them when I got to school.
Good. But you drew it. Oh, you wore the shoe and you put on.
I hope she doesn't listen to the
I thought you were going to say you wrote like.
I had to. No, the thing is like
so you just
that day.
So you just had Audis. You didn't have the Adidas.
So
well, no, that day I learned the difference.
Audis.
I didn't know. Like that was the day the glass shattered for me, and I realized what. Buying clothes from Walmart, buying clothes from like
3-legged and 4-legged ponies and all that kind of stuff.
And because somebody came up to me and was like, "Man, it's real cool that you just like don't care, that you just wearing that like knockoff stuff." And I was like, "What am I doing? What's happening?"
Mind me asking real quick. I want to know about this. How old were you when that happened?
That was 6th grade.
6th grade, okay.
So
that's
I was
harsh, man.
11 or 12.
That's a harsh reality. That's a harsh reality.
I feel bad for that person who thought they were being nice.
He wasn't being shitty. He wasn't even being like slight. He was a kid.
He was just trying to be sweet.
He was genuinely trying to like lift
you up and be like.
And I got real insecure, and I went home, and it was one of those things where I was like, "Mom, thanks for this.
Good.
I was like, "Can we go to Goodies? You know, maybe like when school comes back next year, let me pick the clothes out." Like I didn't want to like just straight up make her feel like shit about everything she provided for me because what she was doing was way too much already. You know, but all of a sudden I just had this teenage insecurity. And I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, shoes are great, Mom. And then I had literally just went and bought a pair of Nikes that I just kept in my backpack. And I just swap them out the second she pulled away. And I put them back on when she picked me up because I love her. Yeah, and I don't ever want her to think she ever failed.
I was in both of those. I was in both of those spectrums. Like I remember having that about the same time. And of course, you know, kids are always getting on your case about what you're wearing. Yeah. But I remember being like, I'm good where I'm at. But I also had the added thing of for 4 years straight, my age and my foot were the same. Yeah. So I was 10 and I wore a 10. Yeah. Once I hit 12, it was same all over. You're going to get one good pair of shoes. I turned 25 and went from a 15 to a 16. What? See, I was worried about that with the 14 thing. My feet are close to mine now. My doctor literally told my mom my whole life, like, he'll keep growing to, oh, you're crazy. You're going to nobody. Like at 25, I had to buy new pants. It was like all over again. Damn. Like everything. I had like a growth spurt at like 25 years old. It's crazy.
What's growing like?
Yeah.
That's what I get to be big.
Oh, Patrick. Dude,
you were the perfect you, though.
That was perfect. Yeah, you are. You're perfect. You are.
Dude, that was taller. You'd be too intimidating.
Why are y'all not recording? This would be like that moment.
Terrified. If you were
Dynamite.
Right.
If you were my height, I'd be like, I'm not fucking with that Patrick guy. I don't know. He's a fucking animal. He's a beast, dude.
All right.
You also probably wouldn't do comedy.
Guys, we've
done almost 2.5 hours.
We're so good. I
knew it.
You have been such an entertaining guest that we have just been talking up a storm. And it's been such a wild thing.